to the delay between messages. Hide or put people in timeout. Okay. All right. Okay. Are you even on this thing?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. What's up, guys? Darren Carter, the party starter here with my buddy John DeResta.
What's up?
We're trying to both fit inside the camera. Oh, there we go. So episode
Yeah.
333 of the Pocket Party podcast. It'll be up very soon. You can see it on this platform, or you can see it on, listen to it on Apple or Spotify. But here it is on YouTube, the Pocket Party podcast. I wanted to ask you about just briefly, like Opie and Anthony, like where that came from, like the radio show, because I know you were more of a Howard Stern
Yeah,
guy.
I was and is a Howard Stern devotee.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I looked up to Howard. I idolized, so I never liked that those guys were against Howard. But I work in a workshop, so and I don't have a TV here in my home. I just don't have TV, so I'm on the phone all the time, YouTube. So I'm invested in the Opie and Anthony saga. And where they came from, I think Anthony was calling in to Opie's radio show.
Yeah.
And then they went to, from Long Island, they went to Boston. They said that the Boston mayor was killed on April Fool's Day. That got big press. Then they came to New York.
See, that's terrible. That's not even funny to me.
Well, they were shock jocks. I'm not defending it.
To do something like that, like that's not even, I would, you know what I mean? You would think
it's a bad vibe.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, that's...
No, dude, we're comedians. We live on vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One show has a bigger vibe than a...
Right.
And that's just a bad vibe.
Yeah.
That's just,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it, but then again, they're both sitting on a few $1 million while I'm doing this with you.
That's true. You're going to make money on this. Don't worry. Yeah. Hey, hope you guys had a good Christmas, a good New Year's. John and I we did a theater up in Santa Barbara, California.
Yeah,
New
what
Year's.
a fun night.
Now, here's something you guys don't know, and we forgot to bring this up on the podcast. We do the show in New Year's. Great. It's raining. It's pouring. There's 2 shows. We get back to the hotel. It's a very boutique hotel in Santa Barbara, California. It's I would say it's probably about 2 blocks from the beach. Very nice. When I say boutique, I mean it wasn't like the Ritz-Carlton or a Marriott. There was basically like a guy behind the desk that checks you in, and there's 40 parking spots on this side of the building, 40 parking spots on that side of the building. After the show, we come back. It's pouring rain. There's no parking on either side of the building. Finally, I found a parking spot. But tell them what happened when you go to the lobby.
It's happened to me in Alaska. A lot of these places that kind of shut down overnight, at least you can get in the hotel, the main door of the hotel, with either a big metal key or the passcode.
Yeah.
You know, I've been doing this 35 years. I've never been locked out. We were locked out of the hotel. We tried to break into 2 different doors and there was no one behind the counter. And there was 3 phone numbers to call. One of them was Florida, and no one answered all 3 calls.
Wow.
And thank God we finally got up to our rooms. But it was like a secret stairway. We saw a food delivery guy show up, and he went up a secret stairway. So we thought we were locked out.
Yeah, you're on the 3rd floor. I was on the 1st floor. I'm like, how do I? Because for me, there's no outside entrance. So I went through. It said like employee entrance. So I said, you know what? I've tried every other door. Let me try. And then boom, I got.
Yeah, mine. Even though I was 3rd floor, it was hard to get in. There was like different sections it was almost like a cruise ship where you can't go through this door. Like it wasn't just a free walk. You had a beep, but the beep was working on the inside of the hotel, just not to get in the hotel.
Wow! Quick shout out
in the hallways.
I'm going to do a couple of quick shout outs. I want to thank all the members who've joined the channel on YouTube. And in fact, one of the members is right here, Casey. What's up, Casey, in Beaumont, Texas? And we also got Caitlin Norris. How are you, Caitlin?
Casey, what's up?
What's up? What's up, man? 2026, dude. I'm doing my New Year's resolution, man. I'm eating better, and I'm exercising doing some new challenges. You know what I did today? Even though it's raining, I went to the high school track and I did bleachers. I ran up and down the bleachers.
That.
Well, let me take it back. I didn't run. I walked. I had my.
But still, you could slip and fall.
No, I had my rain boots on. They're very grippy. I had my rain boots on. I had an umbrella and a raincoat, and it feels really cool to be up there and.
You're like Rocky.
Hey, absolutely. Oh,
yeah.
I'm Rocky without any fights coming up.
Chasing the chicken.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I go there and I chase the chicken, and later on I choke it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saw that coming.
Yeah, sort of the chicken.
Ew.
They, but
Hell.
yeah, it felt good, man. That just to get out there and I told myself I'm gonna do 50. No, first when it was dry and I was home, I'm like, what if I go crazy and do 100 stairs, up and down 100 times? And I thought, well, no, I have on rain boots. Those are pretty heavy, and it's raining. I said, let me just do 50. I get out
Nice.
there. No, I get out there. I didn't even do 50. I did 35. But I said, you know what? It took me about 45 minutes to do 35 stairs. It's a lot. And I said, you know what? 35 is good. Next time I can give myself 50. How about you? Have you done anything?
No, I don't do anything like
You don't
that.
do New Year's
No.
resolutions?
No. Oh, yeah, to not do this with you anymore.
Guys,
No, I just would like to stay healthy and make a little money. That's it.
people that are watching, type your New Year's resolution in the comments section. I want to see what some of your New Year's resolutions. So your New Year's resolution is it's an ongoing one though, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't like to make them too big. I get, as stupid as it sounds, I never really thought of it. Like, it's not something that you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, didn't you see what you two said?
No, what they say?
Nothing changes on New Year's Day.
Oh.
Remember that song?
All's cool on yeah. Nothing changes on New Year's Day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not anti New Year's. I had a lot of fun at that gig. I kind of needed that.
Yeah.
I do a lot of shows where the audiences are not robust.
Right.
Don't speak English.
Dude, that show was great. There was like 300 people, and then the first one was sold out, and it was like
The second one I liked better. They were looser.
Yeah, they were looser, right?
Yeah.
I was looser.
I was looser.
Dude, I wrote a joke. I didn't even realize I wrote a joke because I did it on stage, and then the next day I thought, I could have said this different. I could have said that different. You know how basically I noticed that there was a lot of people in the audience that were over 50,
Right.
and I said, you know what? So there's, how the young people, like the really young people, they have like this inside joke with each other, like 6'7", 6'7".
Right, yeah,
Have you
I
heard
get
about
it.
that?
Yeah, but
You don't get it, right? That's the key thing right there. You don't get it. 6'7", 6'7". So I want to do a bit about that, about how I'm going to do inside jokes for the over 50 crowd that the young people aren't going to get. You'll get this. Ready? Good night, John Boy.
yeah, I get it. Waltons.
Exactly. So I want to do some reference like that. References.
I thought you were going to say 56, 57.
No.
Like
no.
that's the age of your fans.
No. The 56. No. But you know what I mean? There's some references that only you and I and people over 45 would get.
Dun, dun, dun,
Done. Exactly. See, like that. Yeah. Yeah. Or you could finish this. Ready?
Here's a story
Of a man named Brady.
Right.
Boom. Thank you.
who in real life was a pillow biter.
Yeah. Can you finish this?
Eh.
Yeah, I messed up. Actually, oh no. You know what? Here's an inside tip, you guys. This is a life experience. If you want someone to open a door, I don't care, like if it's any kind of door, you want them to open it. If you bang on it, they're probably not going to open. You know what I mean? However, 100% of the time, when I do this knock, they always open. Yeah.
Nice.
Because they think it's a friend or it's funny. It's kind of comical. Dun 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 dun. Did you know that that rhythm is from a Do you know what that's from?
No. Vaudeville?
It might be when you used to drive. There'd be like Burma Shave or whatever, and there'd be a sign. And then you get closer, and there'd be another sign, and it would be like shave and a haircut, two bits. Yeah. Shave
Well, in
and a
Long
haircut,
Island, if
two
you pulled
bits.
in front of someone's house to
Yeah.
beep the horn, you went, hold on. Let's go, Islanders.
Yeah. Did you know in Spanish that the shave and a haircut, two bits, there's words to that. In Spanish, it's this guy taught me. It goes, chinga tu madre, puto.
Whoa.
Do you have any idea what that meant?
I heard puto.
Yeah. So chinga tu something to your mom. You know what I mean?
Puto is a homosexual.
Yeah.
Why do you
No,
know this?
it means it's the B word.
Oh.
Rhymes with witch.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of another word.
Oh, okay.
Wait, am I right? Maybe I'm wrong. What do I know?
Yeah.
What was that word I said? No. No, I'm right. I think the word you're thinking of starts with H. I'm not gonna. We won't say it on here. Anyways, it's my first time going live in a long time on YouTube, so we won't get into it. But leave a comment below. And yeah, this is cool, dude. I like going live. You know what? I can't go live on Instagram.
Why not?
Yeah. Oh, here we go. The best movie. Oh, you know what? Let's try it. The best movie snack combination. Let's see if I can move this around. Oh, I can move that around. Oh, and maybe I can't. I don't know. Guys, what is the best movie snack combination?
I don't get what that question
I don't know
means.
what that means either. The movie snack combination. I like popcorn. I go
Oh,
for it.
snack?
Yeah, snack.
Oh, I just get popcorn with no butter and a Diet Coke large. That's all I get.
Oh.
Every now and then I get a few candy, but
Yeah.
yeah.
See, I like the popcorn. That's what I'm into.
Yeah.
I like popcorn. How do I get rid of this?
I don't know.
Does anybody know what to do when you go live? Oh, boom. Okay, there you go. That was cool. All right. Where'd that come from? It was a question.
I don't know. Like it didn't say who sent it, right?
Yeah, did someone send that? I don't know.
It's
Or
a
did
ghost.
YouTube send that? I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, if you have any New Year's resolutions, type it below. If you have any questions for us, ask us a question. And we're doing it, man. We are doing it right now. All right. Casey S93 in Beaumont, Texas. There we go. Here we go. My New Year's resolution is I'm going to work on writing jokes more and not be so in my head with it. But
Who's that from?
that is from Casey.
Oh yeah, she writes a couple of good jokes every now and
But
then.
that is not going to be a hard one for me, and hopefully perform on stage a bit. Yeah. If there's any dream you have, write down your goals and just get out there and try it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think trying to do stand up isn't as insurmountable as a lot of people think.
Yeah.
I think it's like anything. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And if you bomb a joke, your genitals don't fall off. You don't get cancer. You know what I mean? It's hard to get past that, but it's not as bad as everyone thinks.
Right. I wanted to be a comedian. Other kids they would tell me you should be a comedian. I mean, since I was like, I remember hearing it. I remember making kids laugh in elementary school, but a lot in like 7th grade, 8th grade, and then definitely like 9th grade, like 14, 15, all that. And then I was on the speech and debate team, and I'd write these really funny speeches and go to like the state finals, and then
Wow.
eventually I went to like nationals.
Wow.
And so I knew I always wanted to be a comedian. Then when I finally became a comedian, like doing little like bowling alleys and
Right.
country bars, and I was doing pretty good like the first 6 months, because I did a lot of impressions. So when you're starting, impressions it's pretty easy to make audiences laugh. Then my first quote big gig was in a guest set in a real comedy club. So I remember ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a comedian. I was winning these competitions. I would perform in like bowling alley lounges and on these shows. But the first time I was in a real comedy club, I did a guest set, like 5 minutes, and I bombed.
Oh no,
Dude, it was detrimental.
was it a surprise?
Surprise. It was a surprise.
How long did you quit for?
I know I didn't quit. I didn't quit at all, but I was like, my mind was like, oh my gosh, like I'm only funny like places
Yeah.
that don't matter, but where it matters, I can't be funny. And the crowd, well, one of the reasons I bombed, well, there's many reasons, but one of them was I was 19 years old, and that audience at that place was in downtown Fresno, my hometown, and most of the crowd I was 19, most of them were like 40 and over.
Wow.
So they were like married with kids, they were divorced. I remember the opener, the MC was doing jokes about divorce and golf and flying in an airplane. I never even been on an airplane. I mean, there was all this, and I was up there doing like, hey guys, you ever make a prank phone call and you're like, Kermit the Frog here, where is Miss Piggy home? I would like some ham and sausage.
Ouch.
Yeah, and I'd be like, and then your mom's behind you and you're all busted. Like they weren't into me. It would kill like college kids, but no, not for adults, quote unquote. And it was, man, for me bombing, that first time I bombed, it was just like, it was tough, dude.
Yeah.
It took me it took me a long time to get over it, like almost a whole day.
Oh, a whole day. There's guys I know that quit.
Dude, I
quit.
did not quit because I was like,
They came back 4 months later.
yeah, because you're
6 months
thinking
later.
I was born to do this. This is what I want to do. And then when you're like, wow, you might not be able to do this. And I remember I called I remember thinking like, who do I talk to about this? Because you don't even know who to talk to. Like,
Right.
because I didn't really know any comedians back then. And the closest I came to a comedian, there was a guy that did magic. He was a magician. Like he was
Right.
a professional magician though. He would do corporate shows and I talked to him and he was like what you basically said. I gave him a call and shout out to Patrick Snowden. I remember his name, man. And he goes, "You just got to get out there again. You got to get on the horse again. Don't worry about it. You're funny. You were born funny. You were making people laugh long before you were writing jokes. You're good. You're funny, but slow down sometimes. And people need a place to laugh. Because a lot earlier we talked about doing lists. That's another bit of advice. He said, I would do this long monologue, and then at the end, ta-da! And he goes, no, they want places to laugh
More
throughout that.
turns. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
want more turns.
yeah. So, anyways, that's how I felt the first time I bombed. But now, there's every now and then you'll do something that a joke doesn't work. You just here's a great bit of advice. If you guys do comedy or you want to do comedy and a joke doesn't work, just keep talking like it wasn't even a joke.
Yeah, I just if a joke doesn't hit, you just you let it settle in and you go to your next subject. That's what I mean. What are you gonna do?
Right.
Or if you make a comment on it very perfectly placed, then you save the joke. You save you get a secondary laugh out of the acknowledgement. And Johnny Carson was good at that.
Sure was, man. Um, anyways, guys, we just wanted to pop on and say hi and thank you so much. And
Yeah.
give us a thumbs up. And if you want to check out any of the Pocket Party podcasts, John DeResta's on quite a few of them. He was a former NYPD cop. He also did transit. And
Worked with 7 Oscar winners.
that's right. Oh,
Not
yeah.
an extra.
Yeah.
I'm not an extra.
He's a big deal, guys. He's a big deal. Pull up your photo of you. One of those. He's worked with Sandra Bullock. He's worked with Robert De Niro. Yeah, he actually hung out with Robert De Niro after hours at the Ritz-Carlton. See that? That's the logo of the Pocket Party podcast. I don't know if you see that. That's on the wall back there. But man, yeah, did you find that photo?
No, I'm looking.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
Yeah, maybe next time.
If there's any questions, give us a question. And this is cool. I'm not allowed to go on YouTube. I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to go live on Instagram until February 19th. 1 year suspension because I did
What'd you do?
a joke. I'm not going to say a word, but there's a certain word of a substance that they were selling out of Venezuela and Colombia. And I did some joke. I like my women like I like mine. Somebody yelled out, whatever. And yeah. And so I said,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, dude, you didn't know that?
I don't like that.
Yeah, man. That happened last year on February 19th. So
It doesn't sound fair.
it doesn't. And I made, I appealed it and all that stuff. And after about 90 days, I was able to, reach a wider audience because they also limit your, that whole shadow ban thing. That's real. So yeah, I was like, don't do that again. But yeah, I love YouTube. I love being on YouTube, and I've been embracing it more. Like uploading more shorts, and I think I should do longer videos. And I've been doing vlogs again. I did a couple of vlogs. We went to I showed people what it's like, small town Christmas celebration with ice skating and whatnot.
Oh,
And
that's nice.
went to the LA Zoo on Festival of Lights, and my son Austin, he released his first heavy metal song.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's good, right?
I mean, that's me as a New York City
Look
cop.
at that. Here he
That's
is.
39 years ago
Is a
today.
New York City cop. Look at that.
39 years ago today in the subway.
Wow.
I look like Jackie Gleason.
Dude, you really do. That looks like such a character. That's crazy, man.
That whole story sold into a sitcom.
Wow. He has his own sitcom called DeResta.
Thank you.
Anyways. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Thanks for the thumbs ups and all the nice comments.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Casey.
Year. All right. Casey, Happy New Year. And everyone else. All right. See ya.
All right.